Y'all know what it is. We're back at it every Tuesday. I'm just gonna say 8-ish, 8-ish, 8:30. That's one of those two. Multiple choice.
Well, y'all have the game.
It's gonna move around a little bit.
We here. We have the game. We see our game. Man, disappointed. I thought we were gonna squeak a W. That's all right though, man. I mean, it is what it is. We've had years of success under the Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson regime, so we all right. Anyways, I'm still pissed. But anyways,
bad news happened, man.
I know.
It's all good.
Tune was breaking down that zone, man. That man, what happened to old school in your face, man? The man press deep. Anyways, back to it, guys. Once again, guys, thank you for checking us out and tuning in. This is Shopkulture. You know what it is. We talk relationship stuff. I'm joined by yes, yeah, you already know. Joined by over here by my man here. You know who this guy is. Shutdown Corner.
Come on, baby. You know what it is, man.
Anthony Toomer.
Come on. Happy to be here. Back in the building. Yeah, I mean, another week, another show. Let's roll.
Come on. And then we got the producer extraordinaire in the back, taking care of all the technical stuff ish.
What's
Nick Jones.
What's up?
Let's do it, family.
How y'all doing?
I'm blessed, bro.
Y'all good?
Yeah, we all
Blessed,
good.
bro.
Almost had it.
Of course, I'm Barry Crosby.
Go, dog. Did you get enough of this?
I'm playing. I'm gonna finish the intro. Let me be quiet.
Let me just say,
You gonna start fighting the
you gonna start already,
bro.
And I'm Barry Crosby. I had to say that twice again, real quick. This is Shopkulture, guys. Real quickly, you guys know what's coming up on Sunday.
Come on, man. That meet and that greet, baby.
5 to 8 meet and greet up the hill. You guys got it. Carrot Square Lounge, Bar Lounge.
Up in Kent, top of the hill.
Top of the
you know
hill.
what I mean?
How you doing, Miss Dawn?
William, what's going on, big dog?
How you doing, Will? Thank you guys for tuning in, guys. Shopkulture. Make sure you guys try to come to the meet and greet. So, man, we can just put a face behind the keyboard.
Make a friend, man.
It's going to be live. It's going to be fun, guys. This is about all of us. We are a big ass family, like I always say. So, actually, man, it's been a year. It has been a year, but it's a celebration.
For a couple years, you know what I mean?
Dude, it seemed like 2021 seemed like a long year.
Bro.
It seemed like it's like been 5 years into one.
Yeah.
Is it just me?
Yeah. No, I was just literally just saying that the other day, like, man, why does it seem like this year just dragging on, bro?
It just seemed like a long year.
And it's more and more drama. It seemed like, man, every time you wake up, it's something else in the media, something else in the news. You know what I'm saying?
It's like something going on. But you know what? We survived it. Some of us, it's been a long year, but when I look back at it, it's been a blessed year.
Yeah.
You know, new friendships, new relationships, a lot of new stuff. Business ventures. It's been just, you know, and you guys have tuned in and been part of this. And the growth, like I always try to say and always try to give thanks to you guys for supporting this platform we call Shopkulture. So thank you guys out there. Real quick, how was the weekend?
Oh man, I had all 5, bro. I was blessed, man.
Oh, your kids?
All my kids. Damn. Even my daughter, she came through. You know, she getting close to college, so you know she.
Now, I was gonna ask. Now she's the oldest.
Salute.
That's
I
awesome,
appreciate
bro.
that, man.
Sir.
That, man.
She's always gonna be daddy's girl, man.
Daddy's princess, man. She was looking at.
Now, what you gonna do when she start dating,
bro? Tell me, bro. This dude always got jokes, bro.
Hey, wait.
She started what?
She started dating. We're gonna have to have a show about that. Now, I want to do a show about that.
Nah,
Daddy,
I'm joking, man.
Yeah.
You know what though? You know what? My daughter, man, we're very, very personal. We talk about everything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I know that when she's ready, like right now, bro, she's not even thinking about it, man.
Well, what you telling me about it? She sounds focused.
Bro,
she
she's
sounds
so
like
focused.
she
has literally she goes to school 1 day a week, man, because of the work she put in. You know, from freshman to junior year, man. My daughter has one class a week as a senior. You know what I mean? She's doing a running start. She's working. You know what I'm saying? Almost full time. You know what I mean? And she's about to start hooping back. You know what I mean? So I'm just so proud of her, man. She's already working on all of that college credit stuff, man, and building her resume and putting down the skills that she needs to be a successful adult. So I know that when she's ready to go into that dating realm, I don't have much to worry about because she has such a good head on her shoulders.
Well, yeah, she knows what a man's supposed to treat
exactly
a lady.
And we talk about it all the time. I open doors, you know what I'm saying? I buy, we go on our little dates. We do those things so that she understands.
She has that foundation.
Exactly.
And she knows exactly how a man's supposed to treat her. It's crazy because I was talking and just listening to women dating experience out here in Seattle, and it's fascinating.
But you know what, though?
Like first date
all over the country.
Okay.
It's crazy.
But I was really fascinated, like with Seattle, like somewhat, like how, like opening the doors is almost like a novelty. Is that a novelty to open a woman's door these days? Is that something that people don't do, or am I tripping her?
You know what's crazy? I was watching another show, and they were talking about all of the things that are gentlemanlike, right? Open a woman's door, going to her door, for the date and everything like that. And
she walking on the inside.
Right, and a lot of those things it was a younger generation, or a younger guy that was talking. A lot of those things, bro, are lost now. Like the dude literally said, man, he was like, why would I get out my door to go run around the car just to open her door? You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
And I'm like,
do we all agree that that's what you should do as a man? Should you open the door for your lady? Just a lady, even no, or yeah, or nay? I'm just asking.
No. So here's my question: are we asking, if you're walking up to a door, are we opening that door? So here's the question. Okay. So you're going to pick up a lady on a date, right? Mm-hmm. Are you calling her, letting her know you outside, or are you going to the door?
You're supposed to go to the door.
Supposed to go to the door. I say supposed to go to the door. Right?
But the circumstances, I guess, would dictate that, right?
I guess, you know what I mean. But when you can, I think you should, But I mean, I think like maybe once you get into your relationship, you've been dating for a little bit, it's okay to say, hey, babe, I'm outside. Let's we can go.
I think it's okay. I agree.
I guess
I don't want to take.
I don't want to.
You don't want to take it for granted.
No. I agree. I guess it'll kind of depend on the situation. Like if we're getting dressed up and we're going out and we're about to go hit the town and really have a nice lovely evening, we're going, you know what I mean? I think you go do that. But if we're going to a movie or we're just going out to kind of hang out, it can be a little more casual,
And that's the key, that
with certain aspects
of it,
But things like opening the door or I mean, I don't think I don't think you
don't think it's a requirement.
But I think you should. I think there's certain aspects of being a gentleman that are, just because to me it's just about being a good. That to me is a part of being a good man. If I'm walking up to a door and I see a woman at her door, I'm gonna try, whether I know her or not, I'm gonna try to.
I always open the door when you see a lady. I just think that's what you should do.
Right. And there's
or even when the ladies.
Let's
if I'm in a line.
I gotta read this real quick. Janine Cross.
I appreciate you, baby. Thank you so much.
She got it. Hey man,
I would love to open your door, baby.
Very well, listen, I don't even need to read the comment.
I'll open your door.
Y'all know what's going on.
Janine's gonna get somebody in trouble over here, but I like
trouble. Hold on, bro. You can't get in trouble when you do you. You open, honest, and do you. You do not get in trouble because I'm honest and I'm open.
Well, hey, you need to come to the meeting.
You see my post.
Wait. You need to come.
You know she's gonna be there.
Cause hey, this guy's
she's gonna be the first one in line.
I'll be hiding in the back.
She's gonna be the first one in line.
You need the VIP. We're gonna get the VIPs back. I mean, let me stop.
Hey,
back room.
Back room.
Damn. Facebook user says, I think your man opens your car door. The woman should lean over and open his door for him.
And real quickly, guys, we got Shopkulture Supreme who's going to be in the building. Now, guys, I haven't really told you about what's going to be happening with Shopkulture Supreme because I want to kind of surprise you. It's going to be the women's group of Shopkulture. So we got things popping. Get in the year. Anyways.
Come on, we got your ticket, Janine.
Okay. All right, Janine. Okay, you guys should.
I got you. I'm sure.
We gotta get to the top.
We will see you in 2 and 2. Love connection.
Chuck Williams.
That's
Chuck Williams. I feel like. Hey, wait. That could be a good. That could be a good one. A blind date.
We should do a shop culture blind date and then do
And
an update.
I'll pay off for
We should do it. I'll throw in on it. I'll throw in on it.
I will pay for the date.
I'll throw in on
How
it.
about that?
I'll throw in on
Let's
it.
make
So
this
look,
happen.
if we're gonna do it, hold on, we're gonna do it. Are we made it a competition or what? Are we just setting that up?
No, it's for you. It's for you.
I want to hear how this would go. So why not?
It's a shop culture date update type thing.
Okay. Jenny, you wanna go out?
Oh.
Let me know.
Oh.
You ain't gotta say yes in the group, you can inbox me.
No, damn it. You got no.
I was gonna type something in the comments.
If I'm paying, you got to the end of this damn show. So there you go.
There it is.
Yeah, she's about to say yeah right now.
I know. Like, damn it.
Hold on, phone.
Wait. Let me think about this. Okay. Where you guys?
Bet. It's a bet. We out. We're gonna set it up.
Shoot. All right.
Set it up.
So we got our first blind date.
Shop culture
is exclusive.
Well, not really blind, but we,
It is blind. I don't know.
Blind. He don't know.
Blind.
I know.
All I've seen is this picture right here. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna go out.
But that's what I said. A blind date. Shop culture exclusive, guys.
Shop culture
You guys
date
heard
update. You just said it live on air.
Hey, I need me a nice steak dinner. You know what I'm talking about? Man, you paying, bro.
Okay.
It's a wrap.
Okay. Oh goodness. Got myself in trouble already.
Hey, yo, it's lit.
But that's so good.
It's lit.
In order to get good intel, this is what you got to do. So yes. So I am going to pay for this blind date between these two. Dinner.
Patrice, what up?
Hold on.
I ain't paying for no.
Patrice.
Man, can we just go get a dinner, bro?
I didn't know.
Chill, bro.
I said I ain't having no hotel.
All right, listen. I ain't going to
I said that down? Okay.
You the only one that said that.
I'm trying to get a bite. Be trying to put me off, man. Come on, B.
Called pimping.
A bite.
Hey, right? Stop pushing pimping now.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I had to make my money back. I was just
Oh, she said it's locked in. It's a wrap. We going.
Okay.
All right. So next show we're gonna set it up. I'm gonna have to have somebody. I'm gonna have somebody set kind of the details up for it, and we're gonna actually make this a blind date. We'll go into it, and we're gonna.
You set it up this show, and then we can get the details next show.
We're gonna set it up. We're gonna make it happen. We're
happen.
gonna have some fun with this,
guys. Real quick, we gotta get on to the topics.
We gotta get into the topics for sure.
It was fun.
Yeah. So, okay. The first topic. Let me, my banner's right. What's going on? When should couples start spending the holidays together, specifically with family?
Wait. Okay, that's the first topic. Okay, that's the first topic. And that is a time-sensitive question because if you started dating, right, but it's serious enough where you call this person your significant other, let's say the holidays are right around the corner, how does that work if you don't like that? If you don't bring it to,
hysterical Will.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
What you said?
We were both being too. Was looking at Will's.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Platform.
Well, yeah. We're gonna talk about that, but we're gonna talk about this right now. So, when do you think is a good time?
I'm not sure that there is an exact moment, time. You know what I mean? As far as I think as a relationship progresses and as we become more comfortable with each other, kind of like Kia was saying. I hope I said your name right. It's kind of on a comfortability thing, especially when you're involved in family and children, and like for me, my family, we do a lot of big family events on the major holidays. So I think that comes with being comfortable with your significant other, comfortable with bringing them around your family, because as we all know, some of us got some crazy family. Like for me, my mom, she's tough. Like my mom, she's a jokester. Like, so if you come into my house, you either gonna get it, and she gonna be on your helmet. I don't care who you are, what you look like, she gonna be on you. She gonna crack jokes. My sister gonna crack jokes on you. So
it's about being comfortable.
It's about being comfortable. It's about knowing, you know what I mean?
It's tough.
Knowing when is a proper time. You know what I mean? I don't know if there isn't an exact time frame on it. I think it just kind of goes on how you're building your relationship and what you really want. Because think about it like this. If you're in a relationship, maybe it's not so serious. Maybe, you know what I mean? Because people do date where they don't necessarily get in serious relationships, right?
I don't know. See, the important thing to me is that this is your significant other. So to me, you should have crossed that bridge.
So
if it's not, then you're just dating. Then dating is no expectation that you're
right. But that's what I'm saying.
But
because there are some people that just want to date. You know what I mean?
That's fine. But I don't think that dating is serious enough that you would meet my family, because I have my family. That includes my children. That's
here's my thing.
My son. So that's important.
So here's my thing on that situation, right? Because I'm so prevalent in my kids' everyday life, and they're in my everyday life. Sometimes for me, it's almost impossible to distinguish the two, my dating life from my everyday life with my children. So I have to sometimes
you got
intertwine those, but I'm very, very careful. I'm very, very careful on how I intertwine those things. You know what I mean?
I'm very careful.
I'm very careful on how I introduce people. You know what I mean? I'm very careful with the titles and the titles I give people.
Especially when your kids are older, when they exactly know what you're saying without saying it. So that's, to me,
that's why you have to be.
I don't know, man. For me, no.
And
we've got to be in a relationship. It's got to be really solid. Even with me, is that my parents are elderly, so I can't have just from the safety with the COVID stuff.
Right.
And
so for me,
but that's like taking it to another level. Just even having somebody, even me thinking about
right.
That.
Yeah.
Because that's how important it is.
And that's because that's what your situation. Excuse me, is a little bit. We all have different situations. You know what I mean? Where you have to consider. The health and safety of your family. You know
Absolutely,
what I mean?
That's the number one concern. So but even just past that, just the concern that your kids are going to have with you dating somebody other than their mother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And so that's why I think that you have to be very, very careful and very cautious on how you introduce people, the titles you use. You know what I mean? The type of affection that you show. You know what I mean? I'm very, very cautious.
Do you hold your significant other's hand when you have them over in front of your parent?
Not until I've had that conversation with my children.
There you go.
Not until my children understand and they're okay with it.
Do you kiss your partner in front of you? I don't think I never.
Kia says it's sensitive when children and ex-husbands or ex-wives are
very,
involved.
Very, very, very sensitive.
And do you want your kid around somebody else?
Bro, I'm so cautious that if I'm not in a serious relationship with a person, you get the deacon hug from me. When my kids are around, you get the deacon hug. No waist, no hips, no penis. You know what I mean? You got to have a space, because I'm not gonna confuse my children. I don't want my children thinking you'll be somebody in their life that you're not. Because the one thing we have to worry about, especially when you're a father that has children in the home or a mother that has children in the home, is the attachment that your children will have to that significant other.
They will have an attachment,
right? And yes. you don't want a person that's willing to just up and walk out of your kid's life. You know what I mean? And
you don't want your kids to see you with just different people bringing in and out. And I always hear this from men. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm a man. No, it does matter. You don't want your kids to see that. And there's a certain boundary I think that you need to have.
So that's got to be one of my cousins, because we call each other cousins.
Okay.
Real quick, go to the Shopkulture page and comment from there so we can actually see who it is. Cousin, I know you got to be one of mine, because that's how we talk. We call each other cousins.
Yep.
So I love you. Appreciate you coming through, but please go to the page.
Ask your cousin, what does your cousin think? Does your cousin agree? Does your cousin agree with let's come up with actually a date time. So if you're 6 months in, 7 months in, 3 months in, what is too soon?
You tell me, because again, I frame things very differently in my head.
Okay.
So for me, I'm not gonna put a timestamp and say, okay, after 3 months you can meet. You know what I mean? We can do the family thing. I'm gonna say, as we progress in this relationship, as we become closer, as we become more comfortable, as we become more comfortable with each other and who we are as people, who our families are.
A lot of time it's being comfortable in the situation. Would you guys have that discussion? And I think, like I always say, if you had a conversation about this person being your significant other, you should have been thinking about that.
So here's my thing, right? So, I think, people kind of tend to go through phases. Like, we have the honeymoon phase, and again, that's definitely on the children's comfortability. But like, people can be one person when you're dating, and then they can be another person as, the relationship gets deeper. So again, once we start addressing you becoming my significant other, I think that there's still stages that we can go through as we progress, you know what I mean? And then work up to you know, meeting the family. But again, I guess it also depends on the situation because again, like so, if you're dating and let's say you're the person you're dating has kids and you're doing a family event, right? And they have a child, you know, around maybe similar age. Would you be opposed to them bringing their kids to meet your kids and you guys doing a family, not necessarily a family event, but an event with the kids involved? It doesn't necessarily have to be considered a family event because when you put titles and labels on things, kids tend to attach themselves to the titles and labels, right?
But that's why it is important, I guess, to attach it because that's how people define how significant this person is in your life.
I'm gonna give you a scenario. So I did a gingerbread event this weekend with all my kids. You know, I had all the babies finally home, and I literally waited to do Christmas decorations, all of that, until I had all my kids in the house. I didn't even feel like it was Christmas yet. So we did a gingerbread event. You know what I mean? And a lady brought her daughter over, and to me that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because right now we're not in a date setting. We're not in a setting to where we're crossing lines. You know what I mean? We're literally just enjoying the children, enjoying the Christmas spirit, doing the gingerbread.
Wait, let me understand. So this is who exactly?
This is a friend or someone you're dating.
So the audience, so we all know what's going on. This is somebody you're dating or somebody that you're getting to know. I mean, so what's
getting to know, dating. You know what I'm saying? In that process, I think the dating process is the getting to know process.
Okay,
The way it works for me.
No, it is.
The dating
I
process
agree.
is the building process, getting to know someone.
So let's just say a building process.
Yeah,
you understand.
Right.
Okay,
so I was doing an event.
Building process of building. Okay.
I was doing an event.
Okay.
And I invited this woman over and her daughter over so that you know what I mean.
Cool.
Her and her daughter could enjoy the event. It's not about dating or having a date, you know what I mean? When we're dating and we're bringing our kids involved, it's just about, hey, I'm having an event with my kids. I'm going to be doing these gingerbread houses, having a good time. Do you think your daughter would enjoy it? I'll buy the stuff. You can bring her. You know what I mean? And then we all had a good time. You know what I mean? And it worked out great. And there was no blurred lines. You know what I mean? Okay. This is Dad's friend. This is my friend. I've known this person for a long time. This is her daughter. You know, they're going to come enjoy this Christmas festivities with us.
Okay.
And I think events like that are good building and good stepping stones and good building processes into going into if I was to date that person on a serious level, when I go to reintroduce them, you know, and
it's not a surprise.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let me read this off real quick. Hold that thought. Tay, what's up? She says maturity plays a part. A lot of women don't understand this logic too worried about the title and not the children and how they feel.
Like I think we both agree, children should be the number one priority.
Right.
Children should be the number one priority when you're in the space of doing things together. So totally agree.
100%.
So she's right on with that.
Give your kids that courtesy.
I think if you're a dedicated parent, right? If you're a truly dedicated parent, your children are always, you know, your first thought anyway. Mm-hmm. So I think, you know what I mean? Especially, we tend to lose that sometimes when we're looking at our own, you know, our own personal lives. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If we're looking for significant others, sometimes we tend to lose. I'm not gonna say we. I'm just gonna say as a society, because I know you don't. I know I don't. But there are people that do tend to lose sight of, you know, what's important for their children, and that's how they end up in bad situations, bad relationships, children getting abused, all of those other negative things that come with it.
Can I just say this real quick?
Come on.
I trust though my son's mother 100% in her decision when it comes to introducing a man, because I know that my son is the number one priority. I know she's gonna make the right decision. Mm-hmm. So I would have no hesitation about accepting that if that was the case moving forward. Mm-hmm. And I think that's also something to discuss as men, because a lot of men do have issues with another man assuming certain roles about that. But you also have to, I think, trust your partner enough.
When I was younger, I was one of those. When I was really young, mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When my daughter, you know, I was 18, 19 years old. Ain't no nigga being around my daughter. I ain't having I'll kill somebody.
And to what Ian is saying,
with you, brother.
Kia says, my ex-husband had a difficult time with that. He shared that, and he shared it with her, and she was able to respect him by keeping things to herself.
So can you expand on that?
Can you elaborate on that?
When you say keeping things to yourself, do you mean
where
you're keeping? I don't. So
it's like
I'm gonna dive into it. So I want to
talking about it.
Well, so here's my thing. I think interesting. I think when you deal with children, right, and you're dealing with another person, you have to respect all parties involved. You have to respect, like, let's say, you know,
okay,
your son's mother felt, you know, hey, if you're gonna introduce a woman to my son, I feel like you should be in a committed relationship. Are you okay with that? If she puts that stipulation on you?
Oh, that's a good one.
So exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
That's
so
interesting.
I think,
don't know necessarily if I would be.
I think so because I've been in that situation. I'm okay because.
But I also think we're past that phase where
Right.
any type of discussion.
Yes, because we're older, we're mature now. You know what I mean?
I know.
She trusts you, you trust her. But I think in certain situations, you kind of have to have that talk. You know what I mean? Especially
maybe
like if
it's beginning separation.
Yeah.
Because this all ties into the holidays. Because the holidays is one of those things where it's
exactly.
going to be a joint shared activities that you're going to have. Possibly, if she has somebody in her life, is he going to be part of this? Where my son going over.
So here's an example. I had a woman I was dating at one point, and every Christmas they spent Christmas together with the ex, right? And
we did that.
I've done that. You know what I mean? Where Father's Day or Mother's Day or you know what I mean, and I go spend it with my kids. Go ahead.
This kind of answers y'all's questions y'all was talking about just now. Kia says we had to mature from certain vulnerabilities. If it wasn't serious with the person that they were dating, they would agree to not bring those people around their children.
And I think I don't find that to be a bad stipulation. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know,
especially when it's a new situation. You know what I mean? And depending on the age of your children, depending on the situation that you're in, I don't find that to be
the circumstances that go into it. And I would agree with age plays a big factor. But if the kids are teens, I don't know if I want to. Should she have a right to say, where I'm at in this relationship before I introduce them to whoever I'm with at that? I don't know.
By that time, though, your kid who's teenager, they're gonna voice that themselves. Like, I'm not rocking with him, or I'm not rocking with her. So don't ask me.
But some don't.
But
some don't.
That's true.
Some children will have so much respect for you as a parent that they might not want to interfere with your personal life. They might not want to, you know what I'm saying, or feel like they can come to you about that. You know what I mean? And
that's true too. I mean, guys, this is
that could be kind of a problem though. If the kids feel like they can't come talk to you.
To me, they feel like, first of all, the kids should be able to talk to you about anything.
Because that's a good point that you brought up. Children. There's kids that they're not as vocal because they don't want to feel like they're
but as a parent,
coming in between you and your happiness. Your happiness. So.
As a parent, you got to get that out of you.
You got to be. As a parent, you have to be willing to have those tough conversations with your children because their opinion and
matters.
What they want matters.
Right. But like my son, kids are not the most open people to know these days. Especially boys when it comes to dating and all that type of thing. So,
let me blaze through these comments real quick.
Shopkulture, remember guys, like, share, Shopkulture. Join the group. Tell your friends to join the group.
Janine Cross says, you have to be very careful, especially with daughters. There's a lot of women that bring in all these men and are teaching their daughters that they need a man to survive and to depend on a man to be happy. And that's horrible to teach them that. I agree. Kia says...
yes, that is actually... Man.
Yeah, Kia says...
It also goes on the fathers, too. Because fathers that have daughters in the home. Be careful about bringing all them different women.
Those women is the same thing. Women bring that energy.
Because you can teach your daughter that women are exposable. You know what I'm saying? Or disposable. Excuse me.
Real quick, Kia says we did share holidays. It worked well for us. Keep in mind that our kids were raised pretty traditional.
Okay.
That's what worked for us and continues to work. Our children are now adults.
And you gotta find. You know what? You gotta find what works for you and your ex and your family.
Yeah.
Because things that work for me and you might not work for the norm, and that's fine.
I know for me, I did the same thing for a long time with my kids. Man, holidays were hell. They go the other day. Oh my God! But I did it, because I know that my kids, they loved being in that family environment. You know what I mean? So for a long time, I did it just for them. I'll spend Christmas with your mother. You know what I mean? I may not want to be here. I may not want to be in this environment, but I'm gonna do it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's the clock, and you want to.
Look, you look at the clock. If you're trying to get to your significant other, you like, man, I'm trying to go spend my Christmas time. But
I've had several of these, and they are difficult situations. They're hard to really define. What do you do? what's right or wrong in this? So it's good that
I think there is no right or wrong. I
No.
think as long as you're respecting yourself and respecting your family, then you're doing
and
the right
respecting
thing.
your kids.
But that's what I mean by
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
As long as you're respecting, your
Yeah,
kids,
and
and whoever, those involved, all parties involved, I think they're doing just fine. I don't think there is really a right or wrong because there's no book on it. You know what I mean? There's no rules on it. Because if there was, a lot of us would be in the situation we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Patrice says some really don't. Some kids really don't know how to vocalize or express themselves. My ex's son still texts and messages me in secret because he can't talk to his dad or his new girlfriend.
And you know what? And I know.
And I was getting to that in my comment because you'll have kids that again don't know, like what she just said. They don't know how to vocalize their or express themselves. So they'll feel like, let me find a way to get out of the situation by going over, like, if it's in dad's house, let me find a way to get back over into mom's household because I don't feel comfortable. I feel like an outcast in my own home. I can't really talk to my dad anymore. So,
So that, I haven't dealt with it, but
testimony.
Right. That's
testimony.
Okay, so
I've
been
been
into
through
that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. How would you deal with that, man? In a situation like that.
Your kid says, "Hey, pops, I just don't feel comfortable here anymore, and I don't want to get in between you and your woman. I gotta bounce."
Nope. Nope. Listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing. My son is my world. My boys are my world.
Or your daughters, either one of your kids.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't care if it could be if I had an alien, it could be my alien. You understand me? If one of my kids came to me and said they had a problem with my significant other, the first thing I'm doing, you want to leave? Oh, so there's underlying issues. There's something that happened. You know what I mean? How did we get here? I'm gonna solve. We're cutting that off at the neck. I'm not saying I'll cut the person off, but they got to take a step back for a little bit because I got to figure out what is this disconnect with my kid. What is this? And I've been there. I've been in that situation.
Okay.
So I as a father, as a committed everyday father, we got to cut that at the neck. Because my kids are first. Because again, they didn't ask to be here. They can't defend themselves. So I have to be able to take a step back from that situation and figure out what's the disconnect. And then if I can't solve it, then they got to go. I'm sorry. You just got to go.
And lastly, and we got to move on to the next one. I totally agree. I totally agree with that. We gotta chill and figure this out. Why? And if we can work this out, then cool, we work it out. If not, then significant other has
I'm
to
sorry.
go.
I'm sorry, but listen, because if you don't fit my kids, here's my thing, and I'm gonna end with this. If you don't fit my kids, you don't fit me. Because my kids are an extension of me. So if you don't fit them, you don't fit me.
But don't you think it has to be a ballot?
No,
Ballot? It can't just be I just don't like her.
Because some kids will, they're some kids have trouble dealing with the emotion of their parents not being together anymore. So I think that it has to be a very, very valid situation. But if there's some validity to it, if there's a smidge of validity, some smidge. So I got to start investigating.
So I got to be a talk. I'm sorry.
No, you guys are good. So we already got Toon's testimony as far as, there's really no time limit. It's all about being comfortable as far as introducing or bringing your significant other to family gatherings, holiday events that have to do with the family. B, what about you? I don't think I was real clear on your answer with that.
My thing is I don't think it's a time limit. I think it's whatever comfortable. If you're my significant other, I've decided, yes, you're gonna meet, my family.
Okay, cool. Well, this rolls into you guys are pretty much going to carry the conversation from where you were.
Shopkulture. Remember, guys, to like and share Shopkulture.
Share, man.
Remember, subscribe on YouTube. We need y'all to, because we got more content that's coming that we're only going to put on YouTube. So make sure you guys subscribe to YouTube.
All right. So this is the topic 2. Your family doesn't approve of your significant other.
Oh.
Your family or your kids is part of the family.
Okay.
So overall, your family doesn't approve of your significant other. Is the relationship over at that point?
It's getting dire straits.
How do you mend that? How do you make that work?
Well, that's what I think what Tim said so eloquently, and he was absolutely correct, is we got to have the conversation.
Especially if you and that person, you guys are really y'all fit.
There's something
There's really something real there.
Yes.
So let me jump in here, Nick.
Go ahead.
Because a point you just said, and I'm so if we really fit, then you really fit my kids. You feel what I'm saying?
Amen.
Like we've already got there.
Can I throw in a curveball?
Oh, hit me with it. Come
Throw
on.
the slider.
I'm always ready.
Come on.
What if?
Come on, goddammit. I'm ready.
Hit him with a slider.
What if it isn't something that necessarily your significant other is doing wrong? Like they're respectable. They're
So
the way they.
so then it goes back.
It's just that your kid is like, I'm just not feeling her, or I'm not feeling him. I don't like him.
So then it goes back to what B was asking, if there's some validity to it. If it's just I just don't like this person, well, why? Is it, you know what I mean? And I think at that point, that's something that I have to deal with my children with, because that means I think there's something else going on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, is it the emotion caught up between because I'm not with mom? You know what I mean?
Said, right? Compatibility was with kids is key. I wasn't compatible with my ex's kids. That's why we're exes.
I mean,
but sometimes, listen, sometimes that really happens, and I'm gonna jump in that in just a second. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is when it comes to the kids, right? Like, so for my kids, and I can only speak to my kids as far as experience goes. My kids are very, very respectable. You know what I mean? They're very personable. You know what I mean? They don't mind coming up. They actually have their own introduction. They'll come up and tell you that, hey, I'm Anthony Jr. I'm 14.
So they have manners.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. It's a blessing.
Yes.
But so if my son came up to me and said, Dad, I just don't really like her, me and my son, we're gonna go out somewhere. We're gonna go somewhere, not at home. We're gonna get away from the household to where he feels open, comfortable, and okay to talk to me about what's going on.
You gotta have that
conversation. And then if it's simply something as simple as, I just don't like her, Dad, well then I'm gonna go to her and say, well, listen, I don't know what's the disconnect between you and this kid, right? But I need you as a significant other to work on this one. I need you to help me figure out a way to mend this relationship between you and my child. I'm going to help you, but you got to help me as well on your end by communicating with them. Because I was in one of those situations, with my dad. My dad, he married a woman that me and her kids had a great relationship. Me and her, it just, hey, how you doing? Yeah. You know what I mean? One of those. But I didn't necessarily not like her. We just didn't necessarily really have a relationship because she wasn't concerned with building a relationship with me. She wasn't concerned with knowing me. So for me, that put me off, as a child.
And to piggyback off what Ant just said, I had the same situation with my father. I no longer talk to my father. I haven't talked to my father in years.
Really?
Because of that.
There's no way that you can find a common ground.
Zero minus. I have nothing.
But you know what though?
And that's on the father.
I think that's on your dad because and I'm not gonna talk about your pops. No, all respect to the man. But I think that it's sad because especially growing up in our era, you know what I mean? Black men were still trying to find a way, and I think that, like I said earlier, a lot of times the disconnect was creating the relationship between your significant other and your child.
Well, with my father, his whole thing was putting women before his children.
Yeah,
so.
and
that was a harsh truth that I had to.
But you either have to accept it or not.
No, I had to accept it. Because I've seen it play out throughout my whole life. So upon this last chance, this last go round, it was just it was too much. The fuckery was consistent.
So you just decided that it was just.
I decided that it would be easier to just let go and let this man live his life with his new family and do whatever it is that whatever it is that he wants to do.
Real quickly, I do think it's a responsibility of the adult to be an adult in those situations.
And I was like 21 at the time, so I was just coming into adulthood.
Your father learned how to be a man.
Yeah, I didn't have.
Your father has responsibility.
Time for, chase this man down for a relationship.
Right.
I didn't have time for that.
Well, and he has the responsibility to really mold that relationship to me.
Right.
That's not the kids.
It's not right.
Just like dealing with a significant other. I think the significant other has to.
They have some level of responsibility.
They have a level of responsibility. So you have to find the common ground as a significant other dealing with or dating a man that has children.
Either you find it as the parent or your kids will.
Yes.
And your kid might be like me and just cut you off altogether.
So you have to ask, like I said, as the adult, be an adult.
I think it's on you and your significant other to cultivate that relationship with your child.
But if the kid doesn't, what I'm saying, if the kid doesn't like to me and the significant other wants to be in your life as and knowing what type of father you are, she's gonna take it upon herself.
But that's what I'm saying.
To really try to mend offense or try to find a common ground.
But I think as parents that we have to step in as well, because it's not just
you gotta help it.
Yeah,
you're not gonna just put them out there, but
you
you gotta
help
say,
cultivate
hey, this is some suggestions that you might want to. Maybe
exactly.
We gotta find a way to mend this. That's if you want the relationship to continue, because nobody's gonna pick. Well, you shouldn't pick sneaker all over your kids, but I'm sure there's people that do it. Cool.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, great, yeah, and like Tay's saying up there, it is a package deal.
Always.
And it's same can be said with men. Men want to be number one priority, meeting women, and women got kids, and you're not doing nothing with the kids. I always wondered that. Well, she got kids. Why don't you find the activities that are including the children?
Again, it's on you and the significant other to make sure that relationship is cultivated. You know what I mean?
She has kids, so there has to be a package deal. You got to accept that.
So did I hit your curveball, Nick?
Yeah, you good.
My guy.
Yeah.
So when you have
want
kids,
to make sure that I answered your question.
Yeah, for sure.
How much? What are we at on time?
As long as you got about 8 minutes on the topic.
Okay.
Unless you want to just roll into the
next.
next.
Let's roll into the next, because I think we hit that one.
Okay.
Guys, thank you once again. Remember. Like, comment, share. Meet and greet Sunday. Man.
7/26, man.
You see it at the bottom of the screen. IG shop_culture. Join the Facebook group. Shopkulture at Shopkulture Live! Exclamation
We're almost
point.
at 2,800, so
it's getting
we
bigger and better.
appreciate the continued support. Keep on supporting.
Always
Keep
up.
liking, commenting, sharing, man.
Yes.
People watching on YouTube, we appreciate it.
We appreciate all that.
On
yes,
Instagram,
we really need that YouTube presence up.
We want it up, guys. We
yes.
should. This needs to be seen. We're going worldwide.
All right. So let's go to the next topic.
Hit us with the next one.
All right. So, are you still buying your ex Christmas gifts? Are you still buying your ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, ex all together a Christmas gift?
That is a hard one.
Not the kids, the ex.
I think there needs to be some type of appreciation for what they are doing. But man, I don't know. I mean, I don't see it as a big deal.
Indeed, no way.
But
talk about it.
Let's say that the ex is active, and you guys get along well, amicable. How about that? Christmas comes up. You don't think you should get them or recognize or do anything?
Thank you.
Okay.
Just a simple thank you is what
I
said.
Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Listen, I did for a little bit. I'm not wrong. I did, and I would go, with the kids. Hey, what do you want to get your mom? Yada yada yada. Right. But then once that wasn't being reciprocated, Father's Day come around, and you know what I'm saying? And all I got was a happy Father's Day. Birthday came around, all I got was a hey.
I think Father's Day is a little different.
I don't know.
Where if they don't, they should. But Father's Day is really, to me, more for the kids.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's the only reason I've ever bought an extra gift was for my kids. I ain't never went, it's Christmas, we ain't together, I'm about to go buy. What? Why'd I do that? We ain't together. I'm not wasting my money.
Right.
Now, for my kids, hey, you want to get your mom a little gift for Christmas? You want to get your mom something for, See,
that's what I'm thinking. It's more of an appreciation for.
Right, but listen.
You and the kids.
But listen what I'm saying. Listen, I am an everyday. You know how I am.
We're talking in general. We're talking.
Right, well, I got to talk about mine. I got to talk about my life.
General.
And I want to pull the caveat here out of this because I see what the Facebook user is saying with my kid's name on it, of course. No, we're talking a direct transaction between you and your ex. We're not.
So the question
taking the kids out.
No, I'm listening straight up. No, if it ain't for the kids, if it ain't about me buying something for the kids, no.
There you go.
Hell no.
I'm with Toom on that. No.
Hell no. To the no. Hell no. Listen, and I'm gonna take it a step further. Like I said, I used to do it for my kids. You know what I'm saying? But once I realized, Father's Day rolled around, birthday rolled around, Christmas rolled around, and it wasn't flipped back. Well, then we done.
Okay, Okay, but was she wasn't getting you on Christmas either, or was it?
No, listen.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, if I go out and I take my kids shopping to get their mama something, and their mama don't take them out to get me something, that's over.
What would be the reason to even get your ex a gift?
So as a father, think about it.
Yeah.
You always as a parent, it's always nice to get a gift from your kid that you didn't know was coming. Right,
yeah.
so if they're taking my kids out, and
the kids ain't gonna usually do it without the parent going.
Well, how the kid gonna get money?
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they're 16, 17, 18.
Wait, ask yourself.
Hold on, question. When you were a kid,
did you do that for your mom?
Or did your dad take you to buy your mom a gift?
Or did you go on your own? Did you go on your own to get them a gift?
No,
you didn't do it. Usually, that's what we're saying.
But then again, so again, with Nick, that didn't happen. His dad didn't do that. So again, to him, that's not the. I'm saying, it wouldn't be a norm. For me. My parents did that even when they were together, and then for a few years after they divorced, for a few years they still did it. So to me, that was what you were supposed to do, as to show appreciation for the other child's parent. But then again, like I said, when it wasn't reciprocated. So like I said, my dad did it for my mom did it for my dad. So my dad would take me shopping to get something for my mom. My mom would say, "Hey, do you want to get a gift for your dad?" You go get something small, something insignificant or whatever.
I just don't see the big deal. I really don't, especially if it's a small gift or something, just to say, "Hey, thank you."
Again, I don't either. But if it's not reciprocated, that's where for me, I'm like, I'm good. So when it wasn't reciprocated,
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying if it is reciprocated, I don't see the big deal. We're not talking about a personal gift. We're not talking about like lingerie or a dinner for me. You do something that's you're saying thank you for being a positive presence.
Right, being a positive presence in my child's life.
I just think that can help bridge a lot of gaps too. Like, what I'm saying? It can just make things a lot smoother.
I agree. But again,
then
if it ain't reciprocated, hell to the no.
Well, then the next point.
This one here
is if you're in a relationship, right? And you still do that. Woo!
Good question.
These are things you got to think about now. And I'm like, ooh, that takes on a different.
Facebook user says, my son is 4. I get something for him and his mom every birthday / Christmas since he's been born. Y'all don't do that?
So yes, again, like I said, there was a period where I was doing that.
Yes.
But again, when it wasn't reciprocated, why should I continue? No. Why would I continue to buy somebody a gift? Or because again, it is my money, right?
Yes.
I'm buying it, whether it's from my kid or not.
It's
for me. So again, that part there's still some part of that gift that comes from you, and there's some appreciation that comes from you. Well, I'm not appreciating you not doing nothing for me. So no, I stop. Because again, it's got to go both ways.
He's saying both ways. Me, I just did it as an appreciation and saying thank you. So I didn't have to.
I like this.
I'm with Janine on this one. I see where she's coming from. So I was going to ask that question, but she already.
Y'all
see it.
Yep.
Y'all see. Oh well, she says you're lying. She says you're lying. Did your kids ask you, or did you ask them? If you asked them, it's because you wanted to do it. Basically, are you using your kids as an excuse?
So that's what we just said, though. We just said that.
So think about it. My kids actually do ask. Did ask, even when they were younger. Hey, Dad, because again, that had been something I had did with them previous. Even when we were in a relationship, I had to, hey, let's go get your mom a present. So when we separated, it was still the norm for them. Hey, Dad, can we go get mom a present?
Maybe until you got a relationship, or it changes. It do change. You don't have to.
Because you got some people that use their kids as a way to backdoor their way in. Not y'all, but some people, other people do that.
Right, but it's not a personal gift. And even if it was something where I was like, hey, let's go get your mom a present, it was never personal. Like B said, it was an appreciation gift. It was something for me to say thank you for being positive in my kid's life. And hell, we got kids together.
And not everybody's relationship with their ex is bad too, so you got to take that into account.
Right.
Some people, hey, if your relationship is bad, I understand. Maybe that's a sore subject. Some of it is cool. You want to keep it cool or maintain, and you do it. With a $50 gift, I don't know, just something.
$25. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I just don't see it as a big deal. I mean, shoot, mother your kids or mother.
I'm for a long time. I actually would my kid's mom would on Father's Day. Call me over, she cook a big old dinner. We hang out. I fall asleep over there. Yeah. And the person I was with, if I was in a relationship at the time, just had to know, listen, for Father's Day, I go hang out with my kids and their mom because that's what my kids want from me.
That's another thing, too. How would your significant other take that?
That's what we're saying. Now, as a
how are they going to react to
upset if you're dating a woman and she spends Christmas with her ex or, Father's Day?
Because kids.
That's a better question.
So here's my thing. Do you trust your significant other?
You should.
Do you trust the person you're with? Because if you do, why do I care that you spend a family moment with your family? Because that person is still your family.
Absolutely.
I'm still my ex's family. Like, we have kids together. We have to go through 18 plus years of dealing with each other. So,
and co-parenting.
Some folks will say you're running a
but co-parenting.
running a risky line.
But see, here's the thing. If you don't, then don't date me. Then you don't trust me. Because trust when I tell you, there's nothing that I want from that woman. There's nothing that I want that she can provide. Not a thing. But when it comes to my kids, if my kids want to have a family moment with their mom and their dad, then they deserve that.
You should be supportive, because you can tell a lot about how somebody interacts with their exes, though. You really can.
Very true.
And so I would like to see somebody have a positive relationship, because, man, maybe me and her get really serious. This translates over. So being upset and mad about somebody hanging out with their ex, as long as you guys have that communication, you guys are talking, there's no threat.
Check this out. This is how you know that I'm cool. When I was in Houston, I stayed at my ex's house.
There you go.
I wasn't getting no hotel. Why do I need to go pay for a hotel for a night?
Nah, I mean, I would get a hotel, but hey,
I'm not.
Yeah,
Listen,
everybody's their own.
I'm there for less than 24 hours.
Yeah,
I can sleep in my son's room. You know what I'm saying? Me and her, man, we actually, when I got, I slept.
That's too.
Yeah, like I said, you walking that thin line. Not you, but I'm just saying,
No, it's okay. But listen, you know me, I don't mind it, bro. Okay. But listen, when I got there, I took her out to eat. We went out to eat. You know what I'm saying? We got a bite. You know what I'm saying? Went to the bar. We had a good time. And then I flew home with my son back to my life. And nothing out of the normal happened besides me and my family went to dinner. Why is that a problem?
Wait. Listen, hold on.
folks have trust issues.
Exactly.
Thank you. Now, there it is. Trust issue.
Now, okay. I'm just thinking as a man, right? Would I be okay?
I was gonna.
If I'm with a woman and she calls me up and she's like, "Listen,
I'm at my baby daddy.
My baby daddy's staying here for 2 or 3 days.
My ex-husband.
Or ex-husband, whatnot." I'm like, no, he's not. Not if we're together.
Hold on, now listen.
That's a different. I understand what you're telling me. I'm just saying, to me, that's it.
Right.
No, we're not doing it like that.
Hold on, listen. 2-3 days is different than one night that I'm getting up.
Different.
And when I get up, I'm literally leaving and I'm not coming back.
Yes.
Because so when I got up from sleeping at her house, I got up, went to pick my son up, or went to the mall, just
Bro,
shop, picked my son up and headed to the airport.
Exactly, and I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? But again, it's
Yup.
That's how you feel.
Family, you're not family anymore.
Yes, I am.
No. He said
for life.
You're not family with the chick anymore.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Let's get that straight.
Wait a minute. We opening the gate. We opening up another gate. We have turned the corner.
Listen, again, opinions are opinions. You live how you want to live. But that's my family. That's my child's mother. That's, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be family until the day my child leaves this earth or I leave this earth. That's gonna always be family.
And that's that's a non-negotiable for you. So as long as you have saying those communications with
got some folks, the Julia agrees.
Yeah, some people agree with that. I mean, I'm just saying for me, for me, no, I wouldn't have, no, hell no. Or if that's the case, like I said, give them the money, let them go get a room. There's plenty of hotels. I mean, I think staying the night or something, that's a little bit.
Hey man, I like that. I like that. Talk about that.
What happened? What?
Facebook user says, y'all want to hear some truth? 5 kids, 4 mothers. Friday, we did Christmas dinner at my house. One didn't come, and I got cussed out because she didn't get invited to the party. We are family for life, extended and all.
Talk about it. Yeah. Talk about it. Talk about it. Because listen, again, why would I not? For me, if I feel like this person is family, right? Whether we had issues, whatever in the past that didn't, our personal relationship didn't last. Okay, but we have children that we have to raise together.
They just went over that, Janine.
So if we have to raise this child together for 18 plus, right? 18 plus. If I don't feel like we have some kind of connection, we're gonna have some real issues where we're gonna bump heads. We're gonna disagree. We might not be able to raise this child on the same issues or the same grounds. You see what I'm saying? So of course that person is my family. They were family enough for me to sleep with them, have a relationship, have a baby. raised that baby, and then we broke up. But
so I think
that's
family's forever. So
that's
I agree
family.
with you. I think where I draw the line for me would be the staying the night. Doing everything else.
Nah, I'm with you on that. Not
Staying
even
the line,
a night. Not even a night.
Yeah.
See,
Staying the night, I just think that's just a line that
keep it professional.
And see, for me, I'm different, fellas, because I trust. Again, and there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, and it's not insecurity or anything like that. I'm secure in me, and if I'm with a person, again, now if she live in Tacoma, he live in Kent, she like, I'm about to sleep at his house. Why? That's different. I'm flying into Houston.
Because I was going to ask what's different about that.
I flew into Houston. Okay. I literally was only in Houston for 24 hours. I flew in at 9. My flight out was at 7:30. Okay. I had plans in Houston that I needed to do. I wanted to go Christmas shopping and all of that. So I knew when I got up in the morning that I was not returning to her house. So there wasn't like we were about to get up, have breakfast.
Okay,
all
but
of that.
that's different. Okay, so
again, I'm not saying now when you said 2-3 days, no, hell no. We're gonna cut that at the neck.
So this is where I think that changes. To me is if her ex is staying in town, want to stay with her for 3 or 4 days. No.
You coming into town for 3 or 4 days, you can get you a hotel.
You know what I'm saying? To me,
the last time I was in Houston, when I took him, I was there for a week.
Yeah.
I had my own room.
Yeah.
Okay. But if I'm there for 24 hours, right? Again, me and this person, we don't have no issues. She don't want me. She has a boyfriend. I've met this man, talked to this man. My son knows this man. This man knows me. And again, he ain't called, took all. You got your ex. Nah, because again, we have respect enough for each other that I respect where she's at. No, I'm talking about me and my ex.
No, I'm just saying that it's brotherhood. Yeah,
exactly. But I have enough respect for my ex that I'm not gonna show up at her house and put her in no type of situation. You see what I'm saying? That would affect what she has going on, and she's not gonna do the same to me.
And that's what at the end of the day.
But we are friends and we're family.
But it's all about what works for you.
Exactly.
That works for you guys. Then more power to you. Me on a personal level.
I understand.
That gets to be a little
right.
When we are cool, that just leads to me some issues that could arise from that we don't really need. When it's plenty of hotels, just get a hotel room, then we're good, right?
Now, a couple of days is too much. I agree, right? But for that trip, you see what I'm saying?
You have to do,
it just didn't seem. It did. Think about it. I'm because rooms in Houston ain't cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you want to stay in a nice hotel, so I'm gonna spend $100 plus my car, right? Because you're gonna rent you a car because Houston's too big. So you're gonna rent you a car.
You don't want to just get you any room. I'm bougie. I want something that's gonna
come on. You know, we get down, bro. I got to be
so I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying.
I agree. But then I agree with you on the 2 or 3 day part. Again, that situation is different. But when I was there for more than a day, I got me a room.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's because what you call. I don't even want to invade her space like that. Because I don't want to be all in your business. I'm not trying to be all in your business or in your face. But I know that if I needed to, if it came down to it, and I needed a place to stay, I could call.
And that's important.
It ain't no freaky deaky, ain't no nothing out of line. You know what I'm saying?
And I just wouldn't want to put my situation. I wouldn't want to put that on somebody I was with. You know what I'm saying? Even if we're cool, that's just a whole different vibe. You got to have that conversation with. You got to sit down and talk. And I understand the night. It gets to be, to me, something that we don't even need to go. The road we don't need to go. Just get a room. We're good.
Well, everybody ain't got money like Barry Crawford. No, listen, I'm broke. Okay. Listen, for Shopkulture, I'm broke. I'm staying where I got to stay. Okay.
Real broke.
Interesting points, fellas.
Real quick, what do you think?
Absolutely not.
Niggas say, hell no, not a day, not a couple hours.
Not even a couple.
Absolutely not. That's just me.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm just
saying. Because I'm only doing. Okay. That's what I would put out. I wouldn't do that. Okay. I would make plans and that's just me anyways. I plan accordingly. So if I know if I was in Toom's situation, that's me. Like I'm planning accordingly to make sure I got an Airbnb or a hotel or something set up, so I'm not having to worry about what's going on in the back.
5 hours.
If I'm not staying, as long as I'm not staying the night, I'm not putting myself in a situation to stay the night.
Okay.
Now I'm not gonna worry about 3 days, but a night. I'm gonna make sure I got something mapped out to where I got a place to stay, and
that's cool. Like,
I keep it
for me, I just like
keep it professional.
The way our relationship is, I can keep it professional with my son's mom, without having to worry about going down that line.
And that's what, and you know what? That's because you got people like that they have that. William said something that spoke to that fact. That's what you call a mutual breakup. You left on good terms and understand.
But you know what, I'm gonna hit you with something. No, we didn't.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We didn't. But listen, when we broke up, it was ugly. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But the one thing that
you guys got to a point where you.
No, I am single. Thank you, Julie. I am very single. Thank you. But the one thing that I do realize is that, again, I gotta raise a child with this woman. Mm-hmm. So my personal feelings towards her and what happened between us don't matter no more, because that situation is long gone, over with. I don't care about nothing that happened. I'm not holding no feelings towards her. I'm not holding no ill feelings. I'm not thinking about that. Mm-hmm. All I'm thinking about is, how can I be the best parent to my son that I can be? And if that means that me and his mom need to be cool, be friends, and have a great relationship, which we do, to where I can call on her, she can call on me in times of need, not just about my son, but I know that if I needed something, I could call my son's mom and say, listen, I wouldn't, because I'll call Barry first. Shit, I'll call you. Okay, but I know that if I needed, if I was down and I in last resort and I needed to call her, mm-hmm. whether it was last resort or not, I know that she'd be like, all right, and I got you, because it's gonna be reciprocated. If she needs something from me, I'm gonna help her, because that's the mother of my son. I never want to see you down bad. As the mother of my kid, I never want to see you in a situation to where my kid is gonna suffer.
I totally get extremes like that, and that's where, again, I always say communication. But I don't think
it's extreme though.
So I'm saying, like, if somebody was down, like you were just saying, if somebody is down bad and it's just dire straits, and I got it.
I'm gonna be honest.
I get that. But
dire straits. If my mom called me and she said, "Hey, listen, I need help on this, I need help on that." Okay, well, if I can do it, and it's not something.
I don't think that's something that you should do. I guess I don't see that as it's your children's parent, mother. Yeah, make it. You know, do what you can. I don't see it as
you know what? I read the comment wrong. Julie was asking, would I stay? Yes, I would. Just because, again, I know me. I know the relationship I have with my children's mother. I know I'm secure in the fact that I'm not looking for nothing from her. I'm not looking for nothing from none of them. So if I needed a place to stay, like I did, I'm a person. I like to save some money. I ain't got no money. I'm broke. Listen, I'm broke. Yeah. Y'all be seeing all these J's. I be saving for these. Okay, listen, I be stacking for these.
Okay, I was gonna say, flying down there, you saved on not getting a room. So yeah.
So for me, so the money that I would have spent buying a room, I can go buy my kids Christmas presents. So yeah, I'm gonna stay. Now, if my significant other comes to me and she has a valid reason that she's like, "And I don't think you should do that," then that's something that we can discuss.
That's a conversation.
But if it's just, listen, I don't think you should stay because I don't trust you. Well, then don't fuck with me. Bye. Because again, I know who Aunt is. Yeah. I know who I am, and I know that I'm not going to Texas looking to bump and grind with my baby's mom. I'm going to pick up my son and come home.
Let me read this one.
Okay,
real
let's
quick.
last one and then okay.
You my guy, Toomer, but can't agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Maybe both parties are still single, but in a relationship that leaves room for assumptions. I already know where they're going. Even if nothing is going on, it takes a potential.
What I was saying.
It takes a potential healthy co-parenting situation and stirs the pot in other relationships. And real quick, that's exactly what I was going with. You do not want to leave anything to chance.
Now let me jump in here and respond. So I understand where you're going with that. I see the point.
That's what I was
saying. It
saying.
stirs the pot. But here's the problem. Why is the pot on the stove? Right? Listen, let me hold on. We're gonna have to what we'll do is we have to do a pop up. Hold on, and we're gonna do a pop up on it. Hold on. So my question is why don't you trust me? If I'm your significant other, if I'm your man,
they don't trust the other person.
Well, hold on. But listen, what can she do? What's she gonna do? Get me drunk and rape me?
Okay.
I'm wrong.
I mean, not rape, but getting drunk and one thing lead to another. We gotta dwell in reality. We gotta dwell in reality.
Yeah. Hold on. This is reality because this is my reality. You can't tell me it's not reality because I'm living it.
Right. I was about to say I'm not here to diminish that either. But in general, though, by and large.
So do you get drunk? Do you get drunk without knowing you're drunk? Do you overdrink?
Not no more.
I'm 36 years old. I'm not about to go to no bar and be slamming drinks to where I don't know I'm about to get drunk. It's not gonna happen. So I wouldn't put myself in no situation to stir no pot. There's not gonna be no stirring because there's nothing going on. So all that's already
But what
established.
they were saying,
I see what they're saying.
it was about the assumptions. It's
That's
not,
what I'm saying.
It's not about that you.
That's what third party is assumption.
Yeah, but you're putting the assumptions. Oh damn.
That is hysterical. We'll do a GoFundMe for you, Tune, next time we go to Texas.
We good. I'm listen. Tune gonna stay where he stay, and if you don't like it, don't date me. Because listen,
and that's what it is.
Listen,
Spicy talk on Shopkulture.
Listen, the assumption part for me is trust issues. Why are you assuming that I'm going to do something outside of the realm of what I should do in my relationship?
But Tune, maybe it's not you that they don't trust.
Again. What is my ex going to do? Is she going to literally? Am I going to be sleeping? She's going to climb on me, and we're going to have sex, and I don't know it. Stop it, bro.
Oh y'all too close for comfort. Y'all too friendly. Things of that, you know.
3 knocks, knock.
No, listen, I'm grown, man.
Remember how
I'm not putting myself in no situation that I couldn't control.
Okay.
So if I'm sleeping there, I know that I'm not going there to have sex. She ain't about to rape me. First off, listen. If I'm asleep there, if I'm going to put myself in the situation, then the woman on the other side is going to respect my relationship. If I'm going to sleep at my baby's mom's is going to respect my relationship.
This is what we're
I don't know how y'all deal, but in my life,
this is a pop-up for sure.
We're going to do a pop-up.
But in my life, we got too much respect.
Okay.
Y'all tripping.
Guys,
Y'all tripping, man.
We want to talk about this.
Coming in hot.
But we ran out of time. Guys, thank you for tuning in to Shopkulture.
Hey, read that last comment.
If you don't like what I'm doing, don't date
me, man.
And there you go. He's telling y'all, and luckily, they don't have to date you. So there you go. There you go.
And anyway, I respect all opinions and info, and I expect it.
Hey, look, we can all go. Julie, you want to go? She'll let you stay there too. We ain't tripping, man.
I'm coming back in a hotel. I'm not.
Baby mom better have time for me too.
Yeah. Guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Shopkulture. Remember, come Sunday, 5 to 8. You better tell them.
Come on, man. It's the meet and
greet.
Come on, man. Hey, like I always say, come shake a hand, make a friend, man.
Oh, I thought you were going to say come shake something.
Yeah,
come shake a hand and.
I want to see all these Facebook views.
Hey, we got the VIP. We got the VIP.
Somebody told you to patent that.
Come on, man.
That is funny.
B, haven't I not
put it on a t-shirt?
Day one. Yeah, you gonna like me? You gonna hate me? But you gonna listen to what I got to say.
Tell them. So, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Shopkulture. Any last word? Well, no, we don't have no last word. We got to get going. It's about to cut off anyway. Guys, thank you. Like we always say.
Shout out to the young homie.
Stay safe.
Zachy B, baby.
Be blessed. That is dope.
Yada I mean.
Talk to y'all later. See you guys Sunday.
We out.
Let's go.
Outro.